Anita, please help me.
She never really noticed how much her roommate had changed until that evening. The girl she used to share bread and sachet water with was now wearing expensive wigs, designer tops, fresh eyelashes, and shiny gold slippers that sparkled even in the dim hostel corridor. She had a new phone too, one of those sleek ones that made people stare. Every week, there was something new, new hair, new clothes, new perfume. She looked like a girl who had found the fast road to comfort. But nobody knew how. She used to ask her jokingly, "Babe, which uncle they dash you money like this?" Her roommate would just laugh and say, "Don't worry. One day, you go understand." That day came faster than she expected. Before we dive into this emotional and powerful story, please kindly support us by liking this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it so that more people who are also interested can watch and learn from it. Your support means a lot.
Thank you very much for your support.
Now, let's begin. It started on a hot Tuesday afternoon. Mira had spent the entire morning at the hospital. Her mother, who had been battling a severe illness for months, had suddenly gotten worse. The doctors told her the truth straight. "If you can't make the deposit today," the doctor said, "we won't be able to continue treatment." Mira stood there staring at the figure written on the piece of paper. It was more than she had ever held in her life. She walked out of the hospital, her legs weak, her head pounding. By the time she got to the hostel, the sun was already going down. She pushed the door open slowly. Anita was in front of the mirror, humming to a soft Afrobeat song playing from her new phone. Her hair was freshly done in long, shiny braids. Her nails were painted wine red. A gold anklet sparkled on her leg as she shifted positions and applied lip gloss. Mira looked broken. Anita turned around, frowning a bit. "Why your face be like this? You look like person we fight lion." Mira didn't respond immediately. She sat on the bed, buried her face in her hands, and whispered, "My mom, she's dying." The smile on Anita's face disappeared. "What happened?" "The doctor said they can't continue treatment if I don't pay. They need over 800,000. "Anita, where I won't see that kind money. I don't even have 8,000. Silence. Only the sound of the music filled the room. Anita stood there for a while, twisting her fingers nervously. She sighed deeply, walked to the bed and sat beside Mira. "Mira, you know I love you. I no go ever let you suffer if I fit help. But there's something you need to know." Mira lifted her head slowly. Anita leaned closer. Her voice dropped to a whisper. "I didn't just start dressing fine or buying expensive things. There are men, big men, who pay girls serious money. Just one night, and you can settle everything." Mira's eyes widened. "Anita, what are you saying? Calm down, listen. Nobody will force you to do anything. Just follow me to the club tonight. Look fine. Sit down. The kind of men that come there, eh? One person can change your story. Mira, it's just one night." Mira shook her head slowly. "Anita, you know me. I've never." "I know," Anita interrupted. "But look at your mom. You won't make she die. Sometimes life no they give us choice. Sometimes we do what we have to do just to survive." Her words cut through Mira's heart like a blade. The rest of the evening was quiet. Mira lay on her bed, staring at the ceiling. Her mother's weak face kept flashing in her mind. Her mom, who had struggled to raise her alone. Her mom, who believed Mira was going to make something great out of her life. Tears rolled down her cheeks. She didn't even realize when Anita came and placed a red gown on the bed. Where am I no force you. But this might be the only way to save your mama. Mira stared at the gown. It was short, tight, and nothing like anything she'd ever worn before. By 10 p.m., the girls were at the club. The loud music hit Mira in the chest. People were dancing wildly, expensive perfumes hung in the air, and strobe lights flashed across the room. It was a completely different world. Anita moved through the crowd like she owned the place. She waved at some people, laughed with a few others. Mira followed behind nervously, clutching her small purse like a lifeline. "Relax," Anita whispered. "Just smile small." They sat at a corner table. Drinks came. Anita laughed, flipping her hair, while Mira scanned the room nervously. Men in expensive suits, young guys with gold chains, older men with cold, watchful eyes. It didn't take long before someone noticed Mira. A tall, dark-skinned man with a clean beard and a gold wristwatch approached their table. His name was Desmond. He had that kind of presence that made people shift and give way. "Good evening," he said smoothly, looking at Mira like she was a prize. "You look too beautiful to be hiding here." Mira tried to smile. Her voice trembled. "Thank you." He ordered her a drink. They talked. Or rather, he talked while she nodded. Desmond asked no serious questions. He didn't care about who she was. All he wanted was to get what he came for. After an hour, he leaned close and whispered, "Let's go somewhere quiet." Mira froze. Her throat went dry. Anita gave her a small nod from across the table. Mira forced herself to stand up. Desmond didn't take her to his house. He drove her to a quiet, luxury hotel outside town, the kind of place where no one asked questions. The receptionist smiled like she'd seen this 1,000 times. The room smelled of expensive cologne. Myra's heart was beating fast. She kept thinking of her mom. She told herself, it's just one night. After this, everything will be fine. That night, Desmond had her. She felt numb. She didn't even fight. She just wanted it to end. When it was over, he stood up without looking at her, threw an envelope of money on the bed, adjusted his wristwatch, and left. She picked the money with trembling hands. It was enough. Enough to save her mother. She went home, took a long, cold bath, and cried silently. The next morning, she rushed to the hospital. She made the payment. The doctor swung into action immediately. For the first time in a long while, she saw a spark of hope. She told herself she would never talk about that night again. She buried it deep inside. Weeks passed. Her mother's condition slowly improved. Mira even started smiling again. She avoided the club. She avoided Desmond. She tried to move on. But everything changed one Saturday morning. She woke up with a dull pain in her lower belly. At first, she thought it was just cramps. But the pain grew sharper. Then came the bleeding. Heavy. Uncontrollable. Anita screamed and rushed her to the campus clinic. Myra's vision blurred. She was shaking, her body cold. Doctors rushed her into a small emergency room. Hours passed. When the doctor finally came out, his face was pale. "Mira," he said softly. "Who touched you recently?" She whispered, "What do you mean?" The doctor sighed. "Your womb has been removed. There are signs of ritualistic surgery. This wasn't medical. This was done to you without your consent." The words hit her like a blow. She screamed. She shook. She begged them to tell her it was a lie. But it wasn't. That night in the hotel, something happened she didn't even know about. The man she met had used her body for a dark ritual. She had saved her mother, but lost her womb. Mira spent weeks in the hospital, battling pain, shame, and depression. Her mother recovered but didn't know the truth. Anita blamed herself every day. She never knew things went that deep. Mira stopped going to class. She couldn't sleep at night. She couldn't look at herself in the mirror. One evening, she sat outside the hospital, watching the sunset, tears streaming down her face. She whispered to herself, "I did everything for love. For my family. But I lost myself."